Hi, kindergarten. I thought for our lesson today, I would read you Lily's purple plastic purse. Lily loved school. And here's Lily, and she's saying, I love school. She loved the pointy pencils. She loved the squeaky chalk. And she loved the way her boots went clickety, clickety, click down the long, shiny hallways. And there's those pictures. Lily loved the privacy of her very own desk. She loved the fish sticks and chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Here she is giving her teacher a flower, and she says, "For you." Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shirts. He wore glasses on a chain around his neck, and he wore a different colored tie for each day of the week. And there is Mr. Slinger. It's pretty cool, right? Wow, said Lily. That was just about all she could say. Wow. Instead of greeting students or good morning pupils, Mr. Slinger winked and said, "Howdy." He thought that desks in rows were old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think you can handle a semicircle? And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Me too," said her friends, Chester and Wilson and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. "I am the teacher," she told her baby brother Julius. "Listen up." Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe picture encyclopedias. And there she is with her baby brother, pretending to be the teacher at home. Do you think her baby brother likes to be the student? Maybe not. "What's with Lily?" asked her mother. "I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva," said her father. "It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger," said her mother. "Wow," said her father. That was just about all he could say. Wow. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing and writing. Lily went often. She had a lot of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During sharing time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. So here's one of her stories. It says, "Big friendly Mr. Nice Man Teacher." And she wrote, "At the very last second, Mr. Slinger saved the cold, starving elderly." He sounds like a superhero. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily stood in line, even though she didn't take the bus. Lily raised her hand more than anyone else, even though she didn't know the answer. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. On Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain just like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune when it was opened. So how do you think Lily feels on that Monday? She looks pretty happy, doesn't she? Looks like she's skipping and dancing, going to school, listening to her purse. You can see her purse is showing you that it is playing music, right? You see the music notes? Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Listen to our story. But Lily had a hard time listening. Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Let's be considerate of our classmates. Lily had a really hard time being considerate. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Wait until recess or sharing time. But Lily could not wait. If you look very closely at this little picture, you see she's starting to stand up, and her friend is saying, she's in trouble. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. Look, Lily whispered. Look, everyone, look at what I've got. Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger. He was not amused. Do you think that was a good time to share her purse in the middle of a lesson? No, I don't think that was a good time. I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. There's Mr. Slinger asking for her purse. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat her snack. There she is. Very sad. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought. And then she became angry. She thought and she thought and she thought some more. And then she became furious. She thought and she thought and she thought a bit longer. And then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. So I think we can tell by looking at our pictures here what's happening to Lily's emotions, right? She started out being very sad. And then the more she thought about it, she got angry. And then she got very angry. And then she got very, very angry. And then she drew something. So do you think that the picture she drew of Mr. Slinger would have been a nice picture? Or do you think that her anger was helping her to draw something that might not have been so nice? Sometimes our emotions can do that, right? Sometimes our emotions can kind of help us to do things that might be something that we wouldn't have done if we were not feeling so angry. That's one of the reasons why we talk about calming down, right? And taking deep breaths and thinking before we act. So let's see what Lily did. Oh, here's the picture she drew. And it says, big, fat, mean Mr. Stealing Teacher, wanted by the FBI. P.S. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up. And you can see she wrote thief and bad and claws on where his hand should be, where he's holding her purple purse. I wonder what she's going to do with that picture. Do you think she should show it to her teacher? Let's see. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. You think that was a good choice? Probably not. Sometimes when we are angry, we have those emotions. We can write something down. We can draw pictures. But then what we could do with that picture is sometimes we could tear it up or we could throw it away. That helps to get that anger away from us, right? And get it out of our bodies and away. But that's not what Lilly chose to do. So let's see what happened. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lilly and gave her her purple plastic purse. "It's a beautiful purse," said Mr. Slinger. "Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the others in class." "I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up," Lilly said, and she marched out of the classroom. Lilly is still feeling a little bit angry. On the way home, Lilly opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. So, what do you think about that? Today was a difficult day, and tomorrow will be better. Have you ever had a difficult day? I know I have. Some days are just not the best days, right? Some days we're just grumpy and grouchy, and things might happen that just don't make us too happy. But tomorrow is usually better, right? That's the way I like to look at it. Tomorrow is always a new day. So let's see if that happens for Lilly. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lilly ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lilly decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. It's like a timeout chair. "I'll stay here 1,000,000 years for Mr. Slinger," she said. "Why does everything always happen to me?" And here she is counting 1,051, 1,052, 1,099. She stayed there for a very long time. That night, Lilly drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote a story about him too. So here's her new picture. And Mr. Slinger is saying, "Listen up, I forgive everyone." And here is Lilly. And Lilly is saying, "I am really, 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 really sorry." And she's got some worms down here and bugs. And she's actually, if you can look at that, she's actually stepping on a bug. And she wrote, "Oops." And the note she wrote was, Lilly was really, really sorry. So everyone forgave her, even her parents, even her stinky baby brother, even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone and everything, even the bugs and the worms. The end. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lilly to take to school the next day. "I think Mr. Slinger will understand," said Lily's mother. "I know he will," said Lily's father. And I believe that is the dad, and he's saying, "How could he resist my no-frills cheese balls?" The next morning, Lilly got to school early. "These are for you," Lilly said to Mr. Slinger, "because I'm really, 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 really sorry." Do you think that's a very sincere apology? Yeah, we've talked about sincere apologies, right? When you say you're sorry, you need to say it like you mean it, right? You need to mean it when you say you're sorry. Mr. Slinger read the story, and he looked at the picture, and he read the note. "What does it say?" Lily asked. She doesn't know what Mommy and Daddy wrote in the note, right? And he sampled the snacks. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. "What do you think we should do with this?" asked Mr. Slinger. He's holding the picture that she had drew of him the day before. "Could we just throw it away?" asked Lily. "Excellent idea," said Mr. Slinger. And during sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star sunglasses. And here she is sharing. "It's like having an extra pocket with a radio inside. And these quarters are even better than a dollar bill because they make noise. And glamorous protection from harmful rays, her sunglasses." Then she did a little performance using them as props. "It's called interpretive dance," said Lily, and Mr. Slinger joined in. "Wow," said the entire class. That was just about all they could say. Wow. Oh, dear. I miss that. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but she did not disturb a soul. There she is on her desk. You can see she keeps looking, but she doesn't take them out, right? Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" asked Mr. Slinger. "A teacher," everyone responded. Lily's response was the loudest. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. As the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. And there are the children leaving. Can you find Lily? Let's see. Oh, there she is, right there. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy. And she really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. Well, that is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser or a scuba diver. Those are all the other things she wants to be. A lot of really good choices, right, for when you want to grow up. Okay, so that is Lily's purple plastic purse. And like I said, it's one of my favorite stories. And the reason that I like it so much is that I think it kind of has a really good lesson for us. It teaches us that sometimes our emotions or our anger, our frustration can get the better of us and kind of leads us to do or say things that we normally would not do, like Lily drawing that picture of her teacher. So that's why it's very important for us to calm ourselves down and use our brain and think about what we want to say or what we want to do before we do it, right? And it's also important to, if we do something or say something that is not nice or hurts someone's feelings, it's important that we make that better by saying we're sorry and saying it in a way that we mean it, right? That it is, it's sincere. I know that's a big word for kindergarten, but sincere means that we really do mean that we are sorry. Okay. And the last lesson that I like about this book is the fact that it tells us that we all have bad days. Sometimes we have bad days, but there's always tomorrow. There's always another day. Okay. And tomorrow is always a better day. Okay. So I hope you like Lily's purple plastic purse. And I hope you have a good rest of the week. And I will see you again for our guidance lesson week after next. Okay? Take care, everybody.